Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
That. Somebody say something.
Something.
Okay. So it looks like we've got it working now, although I'm hearing an echo. Because now I can hear myself. Hang on. Okay. So are we at least okay? Are we working now? I was super ready. I had everything set up, and apparently OBS decided that it wanted to negate my audio channels for some reason. I don't know why, but it deselected all of my audio devices. I don't know when it chose to do that. It didn't do that last week, and I've changed literally nothing since then. So, who knows?
OBS is a jerk face.
Agreed.
And it would have gotten away for it if it wasn't for the meddling producer.
Right. All right. Well, whatever. We work now. And that's fine. We're still only 6 minutes behind. And you know what? I call that a win. Because I had the windows ready by 6 o'clock, which I was able to show without our sound. And then we played the little video thingy, which I'm supposed to do. And then we are here, and you can hear us, and everything is great, right?
We love you, Zed.
Left.
All right.
So our next bit of merch is going to say blame OBS, right?
Yes, I actually think that might need to happen. Yes, I understand that I was supposed to play that at break, but I needed the time to figure out the thing. That's why I came in the middle of the thing, Throck.
Breathe, 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 Zed, breathe, in and out.
Okay.
Hey, he gave you a 50 out of 50.
Yeah.
Still an F. All right, anyway.
How is it
50 out of 50.
Oh, 50
isn't it?
out of 50. Wait, no, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was...
That's a
no,
100% right
no,
there.
but that wasn't a 50 out of 50. That was a 50-50.
No, but that's how we're spinning it. Be positive.
Okay,
Zed.
all right, okay. Brr.
50 out of 50.
The degree of damage control that just happened was amazing to watch.
So, hello everyone. How's it going? So last week, our intrepid adventurers went out and they took out a sharkdo crab that had escaped from some fucking where and was feeding off of some fucking thing and was trying desperately to crash and destroy an awful lot of stuff to do some fucking plot that it had in its own weird sharky crabby head. So you guys took it out, but at the expense of a few death saves. It got a little hairy.
Squish.
Squish,
Ow.
absolutely.
More like crunch.
Hang on.
What?
Getting rid of a pest.
You should not.
Pesky
Are you
gods.
Are you using D4s?
No,
for
I'm
caltrops?
throwing,
For daggers?
All of those
I'm throwing tiny bottle caps. Anywho. Okay, so because Moogs is unable to be here this week, we actually have a fairly simple way of explaining his absence, which is to say that he definitely got beaten up pretty badly, and so when you get him out of whatever, let's see, I don't have any gentle... I guess we'll just do that. Go away! Go away! Be gone! Be gone! Shoo! Shoo! Shoo!
You're gonna get
I have
it.
serious streaming to do.
You are going to get it today.
Yes, I understand. Alright. So because Moogs is unable to be here today, we're simply going to say that while he was healed enough to be ambulatory, that the moment... So here's what happens, because we sort of ended the moment you guys finished off the Sharkdo Crab. You were actually about to start stomping on some Sharkdo Crab eggs. What happens next is, as it becomes clear to the people outside that the Sharkdo Crab is down because they're looking in through the hole, a team of Boros soldiers and some emergency response personnel come rushing through the hole in the wall. A couple of medics come over and grab Moogs' character, and so Angrak, and they take him and give him a, like, they put a poultice on his neck, they give him a potion to drink, and they also gently lie him down in a stretcher, and then go hup, 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 and they take him on out. So Angrak is going off to get medical treatment of a more serious nature. Mivix, you
Can
were...
the poultice go on his horn?
Can what?
Can the poultice go on his horn?
Yes, sure. They put a thing on his horn, and they're like, "Oh no, it's cracked and leaking horn juice."
Blood! Horns bleed! Horns! Oh my god.
Isn't that gross? Anyway, so they... Okay, Cubit, I don't want that face from you. You enjoyed Leech and everything he did, including pulling things out of his meatiest pouch. So you have no disgusting leg to stand on here.
I do. That was gross.
Fine.
Yeah, but horn juice is creepy gross.
See,
okay.
I give you 10 points for that one.
All
I thought it was funny.
Thank you. Anywho, so Mivix, you're back at the base, and the sergeant comes in to which room are you in? What are you doing back at base? So I mentioned sort of a general explanation of what you're doing, but tell us in more detail. What is Mivix working on that was so important as to keep them away from the rest of this particular case?
So I want to say that they were doing something functionally useful, like, I don't know, interrogating the bugs or bothering the people down in the morgue. But what they were actually doing was putting more moss on their desk and making sure it spread all right.
Okay. Sarge will look at you every so often, and he'll consider what you're doing. He'll look back at his files and continue working on his paperwork. He'll look up. He'll look at what you're doing. At a point throughout, he will look at you and say, "Is that for some medicinal or investigatory purposes?"
I'm very carefully putting a mushroom on top of a small tower that looks like it has windows. It's very, very important deductive work.
Okay, well, carry on then. Yes. Okay. There. But he, after about an hour or so, the Televox will make this awful squeaking noise before a voice comes in with some real strength to it and says, hello, yes, we need a forensic team down at the warehouse. There's something here. It looks like the investigatory team managed to defeat this creature, but we do need forensics and crime scene investigation, and frankly, we might need a containment team as well. We're not certain if anything here is contagious. Please send help at once. The sergeant will look up and he says, "Well,
Contagious dead things," and I'm.
and as
then
you're.
I'll pop in 5 minutes later. Wait, where was it again? Which way do I go?
Oh, it's over at the... But by the way, you can actually just hop on a cart with the rest of the crime scene investigation team.
I'll start chasing after the cart.
So they pause and pick you up. The team consists of several somewhat nebbishy-looking folks. 2 elves, a gnome, and a I forgot the word for a Vidalcan. All of whom are wearing leather lab coats with the straps across, and carrying a variety of pouches and pockets and vials in things across straps and whatnot. And oh my god. Sorry, that stream element thing for me is from the first character I was playing back before Welcome Party was actually Welcome Party. It's been a minute. Any hoozle. So, Nebushi, so they're kind of mousy looking, kind of nerdy. Most of them have glasses. They're a bit, sort of into themselves and in their heads. They're not really they're not boisterous and outgoing types. So they're squints. Yes, sure. If you would prefer your bones terminology to my lovely, lovely Yiddish, go for it. So they're all in the back of the cart. The cart is being driven by a professional driver. And they have a variety of cages and boxes and crates and things that are sort of towards the front of the trailer nearest the driver. They're all in little seats, and there is one spot open for you, Mivix. and they're all either reading over something, or one of them, the Vidalkin, is actually has a little vial, and he keeps dropping some yellow liquid into some blue liquid, and then with every single bump in the road gets a little annoyed, and then looks back and shakes it some more, and then drops a little bit more in and shakes it some more, and then bump, drop.
What's that?
Oh, well, I don't know. Drop.
So why are you annoyed?
Well, I don't know what it does. It might explode, it might not explode. Depends. We scraped this off the wall of a recent encounter that one of the other teams, drop, had with a portal that went somewhere. The portal was leaking energy that seemed to be caking on the walls and converting the stone to a sort of a spongy kind of a substance, and well, we took some of that, we liquefied it, and now we're playing around with it to see what it does.
I'm going to lean in, like super close.
Go, ooh, you said it might explode?
Well, it might not. Everything might explode.
I'm going to squeeze his hand.
And just a whole bunch of the... Well, bottoms up, and he drinks it. And now we play the waiting game.
I'm just waiting for him to like.
I'm going to be like down on my knees with my fist like this and just big puppy dog eyes like waiting to see what happens.
He just sits there for a while. And then like the cart goes over a particularly bumpy section. Bump. And he looks a little annoyed. And then like... And he burps. It's this like belch that has a flavor and a stench that is just unimaginable. And it leaves behind like wisps of green smoke. And when it's gone and little wisps are still sort of curling out of his nostrils, he goes, huh, well, that might go in the chili. Otherwise, seems to be fine. Fairly benign.
Can I get that recipe?
Yes, sure, absolutely. When I'm done with it, of course, but why not? By the way, nice to meet you. I am Lucas.
Just stare at his hand for a moment and then just kind of put the same hand out.
I'm Mivix.
Okay, yes, so, nice to meet you. And he shakes your hand in reverse.
Gonna kind of look at my hand like, what just happened? Usually people don't want to touch me.
Oh, well, I'm not. Oh, you don't actually say that. So, you are Mivix. It's nice to meet you. You are actually one of the inspectors, aren't you?
I'm gonna pause and think for a moment.
Yes.
Fantastic. We were working with the Aftermath team over in the Izzet League for quite some time, but we've been requisitioned by the Defense Force for use in this particular endeavor. I think you'll find our analysis to be useful and speedy, although, well, speedy. We value speed more than many other possible qualities. But we're good at that, at least, so...
I'm trying to think if I want to bring up one of two things. One, the speed, or two, that we were just at a former Izzet facility. Do they know anything about it?
That's up to you.
It's not very smart.
A bit more bumping, and then eventually a bit of grind as the cart comes to a stop, and the driver says, all right, this is about as close as I can get you. There's still a bit of a crowd in the way, but if you guys want to get off here, that would probably be a good idea. Oh, okay, thank you very much, sir. And they start grabbing all of their things. And
I'll jump off to the sound of various clinking and clanking of cans and shit.
One of the elves will hand you like a huge crate of vials and alembics to carry. We'll say, please, thank you, all right. And we'll grab another equally large crate and start carrying them in.
I'll just start dragging it.
That's fine. No one really gives you too much of a second glance. They're all much more interested in just sort of getting inside and taking a look at what's going on. All of this has taken about like 20 to 30 minutes. The cart made a pretty good time. So the rest of you guys had then about a half hour to yourselves. The soldiers are in there, but they're not really sure exactly what to do. Some of them are putting some tape across the front of the entryway, but then someone else comes along and reminds them that other people will still be coming in, and then they say, well, right, but then they're supposed to step under, and they say, yes, but that's very hard to do in armor. And it becomes like a bicker, like an argument for a minute, and then eventually they agree that they should put one up top and one below so that anyone can step through the middle fairly easily without having to bend too far.
Bureaucracy.
Yes. So that's what the people around you are doing. Most of the soldiers are looking around, just sort of in awe at what you've managed to do in taking out the shark to crab. One of them looks down in the pool of water and whistles. One of them looks at the remnants of the shark to crab and pokes it with the butt of a spear and just kind of shakes his head and starts wandering around the room. None of them really seem to have any particular direction. Or real idea of exactly what their purpose is here.
I am like wandering around, beaten up, probably using parts of my arm to just beat eggs into pieces. And if any of the soldiers are just wandering around aimlessly, I will start telling them to beat eggs into pieces. I'm not familiar with anger, but I feel that's something near to what I'm feeling. Destroy all of them.
Quick question. What is your alignment?
My alignment is chaotic good.
Okay. All right. So my question to you then is, do you keep any of the eggs alive?
Not unless told to.
Okay.
I would say I would at least try to keep 2 of them.
Yeah, if someone stops me, then I will go, okay, and just move on to the next egg.
Okay. So, Solyndra, you said you try to keep 2 of them?
Yeah, I'm going to just try to keep, 2 of them, so that way when our research team gets here,
Okay.
they may figure out, leave these 2 for evidence.
Do you leave them as they are? Do you pick them up? What do you do?
I'm going to get some of the yellow tape, and if there's 2 of them, close together, I'm just going to wrap the tape around them.
Okay.
Then
the eggs, to give you an idea, they are the eggs themselves are sort of a translucent blue film, a fairly thick kind of rubbery film around what looks to be a viscous amniotic liquid inside, and then a very, very small version of the shark to crab you took out inside of there, just sort of floating. The bottoms are attached to the ground by a sort of an almost cement-like mixture, barnacle-esque, sort of like a mucus-based cement. And then there's also a tiny little cap on top as well to protect from falling things made of the same material.
Yeah. Once I wrap them up with the tape, I'll walk up to Dwyer and be like, think you can hold on to that rope for me that you had on before?
I know I can.
Good. Can I see the other one end of it?
I lift it up.
I'm going to take it, I'm going to wrap it around my waist and tie it to my waist, and then dive back into the water.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to see where it was headed.
Okay. As he dives into the water, several of the soldiers kind of look up from their sort of musings, basically, and they'll come over and sort of stand around the edge of the water looking in and go, why do you do that? They're all sort of scowling. They're a little bit disapproving of your brash choice. And one of them will actually turn to Enfield and say, "You! Why? Why did he do that?"
I imagine he's looking for something. Sorry, she's looking for something. Have you smashed any eggs?
Yes, of course.
Good. Keep doing that.
Okay, yes, absolutely. Sir? Inspector.
So
yes.
it works.
They're just uncertain of exactly what your rank is in comparison to
Just like,
theirs.
my head is at a weird angle and I'm holding one of my arms and just covered in amniotic fluid. It's like, so dumb.
Gross.
I'm very broken.
Okay, so they are, the guards are smashing. Cylinder, you've gone underneath. Dwyer, are you doing anything?
I'm holding the rope.
Okay, so you're holding the rope. Okay, sure. So Cylinder, you head on down below. What is your goal or purpose? What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna take out our torch.
Blue flame torch.
Yeah, blue flame torch. I'm gonna start swimming down to where it was headed.
Okay.
To see if maybe there's another cavern or something further on.
Ah, okay.
That way, if there are more of these eggs, we catch them now, and we
Sure.
don't have 500 of these things running through the streets.
Okay. Do you breathe air?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Give me... We're going to start with an athletics check, because there isn't swimming, and you don't have a swim speed. So give me an athletics check for your swimming ability. Ability? Oh. Alright.
Not very strong. Dexterous, but not strong.
Yeah, so you're swimming along okay, but you get to a point where it gets pretty deep and it's murky and there's a lot of pressure buildup from you're not certain what. Maybe it's the depth, maybe it's the energy coming out of those pipes, but it just becomes very difficult for you to continue. You could try like grabbing onto something maybe and pulling yourself, but you're not certain that you've got the air to manage that.
Okay. I'm going to try it. That's the reason I left the rope connected.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if I feel like I am about to pass out or something, I tug real hard. That way, Dwyer will most likely, hopefully, pull me out.
Sure. So
I'm trying to get as far as I can to get the most out of this.
Okay. So you press forward. What you come to is a sort of a U-bend. You get to a spot where the piping, like the larger shaft that you're in, doubles back up, and the issue here is that in order for you to go up, your rope could potentially snag against the piping, which is putting off enough heat to cause the water to be visibly hazy, like warm hazy. You're not certain if it's like boiling, but you know that it's warm enough that you don't really want to get too close to it.
Okay, is there pipes on the bottom of the floor, or are they just up top?
Just up top.
I'm going to take out... I want to actually double check, make sure I do not have rope. Okay, I'm going to just untie the rope and tie it to stalactite or something on the ground if I can.
Untie the rope that's attached to you?
Yes.
Okay.
So that way it stays there, and I have a point of reference.
Okay.
And leave it there, and then go try go up.
Okay. We're going to say that 3 turns have passed. You'll get one more, and then you're going to have to start making fortitude saves.
Con saves, got it.
Concepts, yeah. What? Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, so you tie the rope. That's fine. There is no like ropiness skill these days. It would just be dexterity. But your point is to just tie it off and leave it where it is, right?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
That way, when I get back, I can come down, just grab onto it, give it a yank.
Okay. So I'm not going to bother making you make a test for that then. So you are now ropeless. What do you do?
I'm gonna start making my way up.
Okay.
See where these pipes lead.
Sure. So you're swimming, and give me an athletics check to see if you maybe make some good time this time around.
That one.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is just, it's fucking dense. It's really hot. You feel like you would be sweating your ass off down here if it weren't for the fact that you are in water. But give me a fort save. You make no further progress around the bend. You're just getting stuck. Con save, sorry.
I know what you meant. Con save. Nine. Hey guys, remember how I said my rolls were? Like when we started this?
Okay. So yeah, not a great roll. So you realize that you need to get out of here like right now. Like you're just running out of air, and you're not certain exactly how long you're going to be able to hold it.
Right, down, try to grab that rope and give it a couple of tugs, signaling Dwyer to, hey, get me out of here.
So now I do need you to make a dex check because you are somewhat deprived of oxygen, and it is harder to manipulate rope in this state. So go ahead and give me a roll. It's a DC. It's a DC 13.
Dex or sleight of hand, so I know which one to.
Dex specifically.
Okay, straight dex. Got it.
Yep. So, yeah, you're fumbling with the rope and you're really having a hard time with it. It's just not working. Like you kind of got the knot, but you don't know what the fuck you did, and you're using your teeth. Give me another fort save. Your other option is to just bail and just try going straight up with a swim.
Yeah, but I have that -1 to athletics. There we go.
Okay, cool. So you figure you're able to sort of calm yourself down a moment, and you take a look, and you're like, wait, no, I literally just
forward?
did that.
Con save? You said? Or was dex?
No, that was... sorry, it was a con save. So on your next...
So just 19. It's just a 19.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Okay, that's fine. So you're still good to go. Sorry. So you're able to hold your breath a while longer. You are not about to pass out. I'm treating this sort of like death saves, where if you fail 3, then you're gonna pass out.
Fair enough.
So give me another dex then on the rope.
Okay. Let's just do it this way so I can keep them straight. 16.
Okay, so you calm yourself down. You figure out what you did. You get the rope undone. You're holding onto the rope. What do you do?
Okay. I'll just both hands give it a couple tugs, saying like, Dwyer, help me out here.
I mean, there's no... Yeah, you tug, Dwyer, the rope is being tugged. What do you do?
I pull as fast as I can.
Okay. Dwyer, give me a strength. Great. Well, not a save, but even still. Like, even if it were a 16, it would be fine. So, yeah, you pull, and between the pulling and everything else, so, Solyndra, you're going to come up. You are gasping, sputtering. You may have swallowed some water. It's definitely, like, up your nose. But you're here. You're alive. You're breathing.
I'm going to just do the whole, like, laying back on my back, gasping for air. Just a second. Okay. First off, don't drink the water.
I was not planning to.
Second off, the cave it was going into bends back up on Like you go down where it was headed, and then it comes back up on the other side. I don't know if it's another cave or it just continues with water.
Interesting.
I'm not meant for swimming as well. Maybe we can.
Why were you the one to jump in then?
I know you don't like to get dirty, and Enfield is literally in pieces right now. And we just had our leader being carried off. I was the last choice.
At this point,
My
by the way...
preference-
Oh, I'm sorry.
To your safety.
That's why I had you hold the rope. I knew you would get me out of there.
Sorry, that was...
At this point, just for ease of having everyone in the same room and not wanting to play with time any longer, Mivix, you are there now. The investigation team sort of kind of busts just right through the tape and starts setting down crate after crate of you're not certain what exactly. Some of it clanks, some of it tinks, some of it whirs, some of it ticks. But they're setting things down and pulling out various gadgets and lenses and things and starting to take a look around. And Mivix comes in with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit down my crate and take 3 bottles out and stick it under my coat.
Fine. No one questions this. Could Solyndra, Enfield, and Dwyer describe your current state to Mivix?
Enfield looks like they've gone through a combine harvester. The metal shell of them, it's actually dark wood, but it's like polished so much that it almost shines. It's broken in places. There are chips out of it. They're like the bits of metal they are wearing has got dents. They're leaking blue stuff, and they look like they've. Have you ever seen one of those Ken dolls where you've stretched it so much you can see the elastic? They're kind of a bit janky in angles. Their head is at an odd angle, and they are waving one of their own arms as they beat eggs into pulp. Just not the jaw is kind of like down and to one side. They look bad. They look like a badly broken child's toy.
Linda's just laying there on the ground. Hair is like wild and messy. Clothes are torn. Skin is perfectly flawless at this point.
Aside from the fact that you're sopping wet.
Yeah. Completely drenched. Clothes are in leather, like torn. Looks like I've been in a really bad battle and somehow got unscathed.
Dwyer is clean and does not scratch on him and is adjusting his ponytail from the stress of pulling up the rope. That's the most stressful thing that's happened to him. He's fine.
Mivix, how do you react?
Is the Sharkdo crab corpse still there?
Yes. Also, Angrak is not there.
Oh. Where's Angrak?
He's being attended to by physicians, I assume.
He required maintenance.
I'm gonna kind of look at the 2 that look severely messed up, and I go,
You really want to look at the shark? Fine, come here.
Enfield just stomps over like it's there.
I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit next to Enfield
Hey.
as soon as I find it.
I was gonna say I'm at full HP. That's why I look flawless, but my clothes are.
Really? 1 healing?
Wait, what? No way. What is that actually supposed to do?
So it's Healing Spirit is a spirit that I can put down, and it'll heal every round. It'll heal at the beginning of the person's turn.
Okay, well, so it heals 1 this turn. By the way, Enfield, you are allowed to, and for anyone, actually, you can treat this like a rest. So if you want to spend hit die, you can do that now, too.
Yes, I want to spend hit die. And also thank you for my 1 healy point. Right.
Every 6 seconds, 1.
So Enfield, describe to us what it looks like when you spend hit points, or spend hit dice. Because I feel like for most people, that looks like they just kind of sit down and they just sort of like get their wind back. Does that look the same for you?
And Enfield opens a compartment in their arm and takes out a set of Tinker's tools and just starts working on themselves like a clockmaker, kind of fixing themselves together and taking a little hammer and like banging out dents before like rearranging their composite plating. Not wood, sorry, I got that wrong. Forgot which one I picked. And just kind of basically doing a little MOT on themselves and kind of putting things back where they should be and collecting themselves literally back together.
Okay. The investigation team has spread throughout. One of them is taking a look at the 2 eggs that were saved, and it like has this sort of like magnifying glass array set up around one of them, and is slowly sawing through the barnacle base of the other one. Has an empty specimen case next to them. That would be the gnome who's doing that. The 2 elves are dropping little metal probes attached to wires, attached to some kind of a device in their hand, into the water, and they each look at each other. They are, by the way, I should have mentioned this before, the 2 elves are twins. And the elves, like, they both look up at each other, look down at the devices in their hands, look down in the water, adjust a dial, and just keep doing that for a little while. The Vidalkin has set up several folding tables and has begun placing a variety of instruments on top of those tables. Many of them have screens and readouts and all sorts of things on them that ping or whir or tick or make other various noises. The dwarf, the gnome, the 2 elves, the Vidalkin. I feel like I lost one. That's fine for now. If it turns out that there's a 5th member of the team, I'll remember them later and whatever. Anywho, so you guys are healing up. Mivix, I'll say that, I'll start with you. As people are sort of convalescing and beginning to get their wits back about them, what are you doing?
I am literally going to everything that I can, from the shark to the burst eggs to the walls to the water, and I'm just taking out cans and jars and filling them up with everything that I can get my hands on. Okay.
The investigators are sort of helping with that to a degree. They're doing much the same.
This is for private use.
And they go, oh, okay. Well, you understand that if it's for private use, then you shouldn't use departmentally requisitioned materials.
I just hold up the rusted tin can that I'm using.
Okay, excellent. Yes. Not... What? Continue, please. And they'll continue about their business and very much leave you to yours.
And while I'm going to, when nobody's looking, I'm going to take a little bit of moss and just stick it on the floor.
Okay. When you're looking at the shark, what are you looking for?
I'm going to see, does it look like it was built or bred? Like the disparate pieces look like they belong there, or does it look like somebody tried to attach them?
Interesting. So I would like for you to give me a medicine check.
Too bad I'm not playing my plague doctor. Medicine. Oh, that's not bad. That's really not bad.
Not bad at all. Okay, so it's interesting. It looks like the crab claws are maybe grafted, but the shark and octopus parts are definitely something it was born with.
I'm guessing that I would know that the Simic are kind of about that.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much everyone's aware, in general, of what the Simic are into. Now, to be fair, most people have a tendency to wildly exaggerate what the Simic do. Your average tale on the street is of, some wild brand of crazy chiropteran, amalgam thing. But most of the time, they're actually much more down to earth, usually vaguely humanoid in shape. This one is a particularly fantastic looking critter.
I'm going to take out my scimitar and try to detach one of the crab claws.
How? How do you go about doing that? Are you trying to detach it like from the claw portion, from the arm portion, where it's like attached to the base of the shark to crab's body?
Where it looks like it was grafted.
Okay. That's gonna be another medicine check, I think. I would allow animal handling, maybe? No. I would allow survival. Okay, I would allow survival or medicine.
A +4, and I get less than the one that had a +2.
Such is the will of the dice.
Welcome
So
to roll 20.
so you're really going at it. You're getting in there, and you're just having a damn hard time. It looks like there's some extra bones here that you would have not expected, plus some very strange, like, plain white. They're bone-like structures, but they're not strictly speaking like bones in the way that you would normally consider them to be. More like spikes that are sort of attached up through the joint that provide it a weird sort of a motion. But they're just really causing you some issue as far as trying to hack through them. You need something, maybe a different tool, or maybe a little bit more expertise.
I'm going to look at the section that I've at least opened up a little bit.
Sure.
I'm seeing the bones and the spurry protrusions, whatever the hell they are.
Yep.
And I'm going to kind of peek my head around it and kind of open up the skin a little bit and do a general inspection. And then I'm going to go, I think this requires more focused interaction. And I'm going to lick it.
Okay. You lick it. Give me a Constitution save.
Okay.
It makes you gag, frankly. It's not poisonous, but the taste is awful. And it causes you to gag and maybe vomit a little in your mouth.
I'm going to shout out,
This is not sushi.
The rest of you have convalesced enough, however many hit die you would have liked to have spent, and we'll say that there were 6 rounds worth of healing spirit. So I don't know if you're rolling healing spirit, healing.
Healing. Let's see. How do you do that more than once?
I think if you just do... No?
It's a d6, isn't it? So you just do 6d6.
Yeah, so let's just roll 66.
I think it's actually a d6 plus... Hold on. I got it pulled up.
It doesn't say it's a plus on the roll itself.
Healing spirit. Go for the spirit. Cube. Spirit. 1d6. Yep. Okay. So how many d6 did you say I was rolling?
6.
Okay.
Because it lasts for... What's its duration, the spell?
Duration is 1 minute.
Then 6 is perfect. 5, actually. It would be 5 more since we already got the 1.
That's true.
9.
Huh?
6 seconds to round.
Yeah, I'm not... I always sort of assume it's more like 10.
Okay.
But you're
I'm
right.
just trying to figure out your
right.
round.
You're right. It should be 6 seconds. Then roll 3 more. Navudi wins by using...
I'm already at max. It's fine. I'm already at max.
Navudi used the book. It was super effective.
I was just trying to figure out your ruling on that.
My ruling was I didn't remember it very well, and you were correct, and I am not. And I am okay with that.
Okay.
I am usually okay with that. If it's not like a life or death something, and even then I'm usually okay with it. Like, I want you guys to have every advantage possible, because I know I will.
Yeah. Can I just take the time while Granny Mivix is doing that and Field's resting and stuff? I want to bust, like, see if I can take one of the shark teeth and, like, get it loose using a dagger if I have to, like, pry it out of the mouth.
So after, mostly as Mivix is, like, poking and prodding at the thing and then starts, like, hacking at it, the Vidalkin will walk over, and he's pretty tall. He's about 6'5", and he will walk over and say, "Excuse me, please. There is a scientific way that we handle these things. This particular specimen should be returned as intact as is reasonably possible at this point to the district house, where we can then place it on a proper platform for investigation and autopsy."
I'm going to look at the giant corpse and like, how are you going to move it?
We have a lift.
How are you going to get the lift in here?
Oh, it's already in here. It was carried in by one of the interns. And he will look over and say, "Oh, Romeo. Yes, come here, Romeo. Thank you." And Romeo, the gnome, will come over, and he'll say, "Yeah, boss, what's up?" Yes, could you please show them how the automated lift works? Oh, yeah, absolutely. You see, and he'll walk over to a box that he'll push a button on and then turn a crank and then pull a lever, and then this steam-powered cart basically unfolds into like a wagon that fills up a 9x9 square. The wheels extend outward and self-inflate. It's got even a little bit of a tread on it. And it will crank, 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 putter, 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 crank, 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 putter, putter, putter. And it will slightly angle this sort of just flat-fronted scoop underneath the shark and begin, like, slowly spatula-ing up the shark onto the lift. Once it's got...
So it's a forklift.
Yeah, except without the fork part. Like, it's just one flat plane.
So a forklift with a pallet.
Yes.
I'm going to watch them do this and go, that is super impressive. How did you get that out?
I'm sorry, say that again.
That is super impressive. How are you going to get that out?
Oh.
It's on wheels, isn't it?
Yes.
And I look over at where there's all the massive rubble.
Yes, but there is a door here.
Is the door going to be big enough?
Yes, it's a warehouse. The creature simply didn't use the door, but that doesn't mean we can't. And to prove his point, the Vidalkin will walk over to the door and pull the chain and open the, like, big rolling door. And there's a wide entry out onto the street. See?
Okay.
Romeo, please, get this back to the base. We should set it up for proper autopsy. Mivix, I believe that you are the team's resident expert in the mortician's arts. Would you be willing to provide your expert opinion during the autopsy?
There's a very long pause. I'm like,
Yes.
I don't think she's ever been called an expert in anything.
Excellent. Well, fantastic. So, Romeo, please get that back to the base, and the rest of us will continue our investigations here. Now then, where does this go?
Since they took away the shark before I could, I'm guessing, get a tooth, and just start searching the area for, like, when it bit into infield, maybe there was a tooth that got dislodged.
Oh yeah, are there any in me?
That's...
Because sharks' teeth break off when they bite stuff sometimes.
Yes.
Just
No, that was
while
just
I'm
a
doing
funny
my
question,
tinkering.
was all. Are there any in me?
When I'm doing my tinkering, do I find some?
You
some
do.
teeth?
You find, roll a d4.
It's like
Okay.
4 of them and a bunch of impressions that form a semicircle.
Actually, I can... Okay.
2.
So you find 1 tooth.
Okay. I just put it next to me on the ground when I'm tinkering.
If I see it, I'll be like, do you want this? Holding up the tooth.
No, I don't eat. No teeth.
Okay. I want to take it.
We have somebody who will eat nothing and somebody who will eat anything.
Solyndra, please mark down that you have a shark to crab tooth on your character sheet for whatever purpose that might have. But the Vidalkin does ask, pointing at the pool of water, do we know where this goes?
Not exactly. I did do a little exploring. As you can see, I'm still drenched.
Do we need to know
Okay.
where this goes? We should know where this goes. And then Field will start walking towards the pool.
Enfield, hold on. The reason I ask is the twins have informed me that whatever magical pulsing seems to be happening down there, it would have helped to breed a sort of a temperature and atmospheric humidity that is appropriate for this creature to have felt that this was its breeding lair. However, something that should be noted is that this creature laying these eggs would not have done so were it not certain that it had something to fertilize them.
I
That's...
do not understand. This is outside
There's
of
another
my-
one.
Biological beings
Understand.
require typically multiple, usually 2, but in some notable cases, 3 or 4, mating pairs.
You hear
Oh,
medics
when
cackling.
you make new things. Yeah,
Yes.
I wish shown pamphlets.
You would... Well, yes, so, exactly. What? Never mind. They weren't Rakdos pamphlets, were they?
No.
Oh, fantastic. Then there is some possibility of an educational benefit there. Regardless, the reason I am asking is because, well, there's only the one, and as Solyndra has so adequately pointed out, that there is a high likelihood of there having been at least one more. And I'm wondering where it might be.
If you don't mind.
Shall
me
I go
finishing.
check the hole?
Well,
I did swim down, and the tunnel it was retreating to, which I can presume was to the mate, is a big U. So if I were to assume there is another one, which is most likely on the other side.
do you think that it would simply come out on the other side of this wall, then?
I cannot say how far up it may go. If we tear down that wall, it may suddenly flood.
Oh, I see.
I couldn't tell if it was continue to just be water, or if it became an air pocket up there.
Ah, unfortunate.
With its complexion, I assume water was another thing it might be able to breathe.
Well,
So,
Shall I go look? It might take me a while.
I would feel better if you had some backup. Perhaps I can assist in this. Hang on.
You breathe.
Oh, no. I won't be going with you. Of course not. No, you will please inform me when you have finished your investigation, and I and my team will come in and help to secure proper evidence. No, I have something, though, that might be of use to you. Hang on one moment. And he will walk over to a chest, and he will open the chest, and he will pull out 3 big cardboard boxes. And he will walk over and say, I apologize, Enfield, I don't have one for you. Or rather, I have one that could fit you, but I don't think you need it. Here, Solyndra, one for you. Granny Mivix, this may be a bit large, but one for you. And then Dwyer, of course, one for you.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Please, open them. I'm actually quite proud of them.
Guinea pig?
I'll start tearing into it.
Doing the whole, dagger, unboxing video.
So you open up these large, sort of rubbery suits, these oversuits with big, bulbous, rubber-like, but translucent headpieces and a zipper that goes all the way up the back.
From looking at them, can we figure out what they are? Just looking at these being unboxed.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's clear that you're supposed to wear them, at the very least.
Does the bubble fit over my mushroom cap?
Yeah, but not well. It's gonna squish it a bit.
The mushroom cap just becomes like a bonnet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on, and then I'm with the floppy hands and legs, just start running around in circles, slapping.
And Field is just watching,
So this should help you some with the air issue, and if you'll notice, the feet have flippers on them, which should aid you in your swimming. Hopefully this will assist you in your investigation, at least enough, anyway. You will also find them to be resistant to most forms of acid, although not all, notably, as well as give you some slight resistance to high or extremely low temperatures.
The flippers are just flapping behind me.
like a little kid wearing a costume. I love it.
I'm laughing and you hear an and I fall into the water.
Nice.
Can I just reach in and just pick them out?
Yeah, like in a sack.
Just put them down and
I'm just gritting
smack
this grin.
Just smack the bowl so it jumps back onto there.
Twins, could you please assist Mivix in resizing? And they both will look over at Lucas and then at Mivix, and in tandem roll their eyes, sigh, and then walk over. And they show you that there are actually a series of snaps and loops, which they can unsnap and pull and then snap to something else, and they're able to shorten the sleeves. It's not great, but your fingers are in the glovey parts for the most part now. Your feet are in the flippy parts.
With it fitting better, over a short period of time, you just see a slight ichor around the bubble as my natural miasma starts affecting my visibility.
Oh, and if it's rubber and it's being gathered up, do they kind of look like one of those wrinkly puppies with all of those wrinkles?
Oh, a Shar-Pei.
I don't know what they're called.
It's a Shar-Pei, but yeah, a little bit. Okay.
With a mushroom cap on their head.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what these suits will give you, they will give you a swim speed of 15 feet, which is slow, but better than not having a swim speed. They will allow you 1 full minute of water breathing per day, essentially. I apologize. 1 minute of water breathing per short rest. Because you have to come up and essentially refill them. And you also have heat resistance and cold resistance. However, you make all attacks and skill checks at disadvantage.
Okay, I wrote all that down. Okay.
Lucas tells you that they are currently unnamed, as these are just prototypes. He's leaning towards envirosuits, but he feels that might be a bit too generic. He's not certain.
I'm just sitting there playing in the water.
There's a 10 gold sort of bounty in it for anyone who comes up with a better name, by the way.
I'm scooping up the water. I said, we should call them scooper suits.
Water bag.
I will add both of those to the list. Still, I believe time is likely of the essence. If the mated pair, for example, its mate should happen to find out that its other is past, it may enrage, or frankly, who knows?
So, and I just point to the hole, like, can I go now? Because that's where I was heading. So it's kind of like just a...
Yes, I think that the rest of your team should be adequately outfitted to assist you in this endeavor. Would you all agree?
I'll cast prestidigitation on myself so I don't get, like, that whole I'm soaked trying to put on, like, a wetsuit feeling. And so I'll look at Dwyer and be like, mind help zipping it up?
I'll just go over and just... or do up the snaps or whatever.
Okay. Goodbye. And then he will turn around and go back to his instruments.
I'm going to be like, Dwyer, can I borrow that rope again?
I'll wave very floppily and fall in the water again.
Okay. Mivix is
I
in the
will
water.
just walk into the water and
intend to do with it.
I was
sing.
going to tie us together that way, Enfield can kind of just walk that way, and that way we're...
You can do that while I'm under the water. It's fine.
Enfield is
Fine with
sinking.
me.
You can't talk
Yeah.
anymore.
No. Blub, 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 blub.
That way we don't get separated, at least while we're trying to get to where we're going.
Dwyer,
I've got my
and
blue
Solyndra
flame torch on,
are-
so
are-
you can see where I am.
You and Solyndra are discussing this while the other two have already gone under.
I've already wandered off in another direction.
There's only one direction.
Just going around in the circle. Like, ooh, that's a new way. Goes around again. That's a new way.
My keen tracking skills.
Least opportunity that has already sunk. And I like point in that they're already down there.
Now I'll turn around. Shall we then? And then dive back in.
Going underwater in these suits is really weird because you get the sensation that you're wet without actually being wet. Like it's cold and it feels splashy, but at the same time you're sweating, and it's not actually like you're not wet, but you feel it. Yes, like icy hot. So as you guys are going under the water, you can see much more clearly now, except for Granny Mivix, because the spores are actually becoming a bit of an issue. Ever so often, I imagine you sort of pull your arm out of the sleeve and and then like put your arm back in the sleeve.
I'll only do that when I run into a wall because I've kind of forgotten where I was.
Okay. But you all make it down to the bottom, and you're now looking up at the where the U-bend moves to next. Above you, the pipes are actually heating up. It seems because the water is beginning to agitate significantly now. It's still not yet like a roiling boil, but it's definitely getting there. And even through the suits, you can feel the heat. Enfield, you notice the heat more acutely than the others. And it's becoming a bit of a concern. Primarily, you from your own background know that usually an is-it device of some kind left to charge without a discharge of any kind is a bad idea.
Right. Okay. Can't tell anyone that we're underwater.
Yeah. So you're all at the bottom right now. What is your plan in general?
Who has the other speaking stone?
It's attached to my shoulder.
Rock had it.
Huh?
Yeah, Solandra has one, and I have one.
Oh,
I had,
right,
I
that's
had
right.
one before.
We stole it from you and gave it to
Okay.
Enfield.
I was gonna say if I still had it, you just hear me going.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
you do not anymore.
No.
Then you just
Probably
see.
should have thought of that before we gave it to the person who
Goblin.
doesn't have the suit on.
Eh.
Because all
You've already been
Solandra
under-
gets now is just water noises.
So what are you guys doing?
Um,
Are you going to head up? If so, I need to know marching order. Otherwise, if you're doing any sort of preparations before you head up, I need to know that. What is your general plan, is what I'm looking for.
I thought we were heading through the U-bend.
Right, so
once
you're at the
everyone
bottom
is-
now. The question is, so as like you're about to head up, I'm asking you, are you doing anything special, or do you all just sort of go?
Well, I have to walk along the ground and then climb.
And then climb. Yep.
I'll swim. I'll go
Oh,
first if
Enfield.
people want.
I think Dwyer would try to like wave people down and like try to like point at himself and then point like one like he should go first.
I'll do the whole like, be my guest. Go ahead.
I'm hanging onto Enfield's shoulder with one hand, and the other hand is in my suit with the blue light torch going through the helmet.
Okay.
Please tell me you're just going like around. So you're sitting there like a lighthouse.
I have a siren now. This is great.
Picture Enfield, like if Enfield grabs one of the like two long pieces that they can pull Granny Mivix along almost like a balloon.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
all float down here. Oh wait, Enfield doesn't.
No, Enfield doesn't float.
We almost all float here.
So it sounds like you guys have a like at least a general plan,
Mhm.
right? So so let's go ahead and Enfield, give me a climb check,
Okay, what would that be?
which would be athletics these days
Athletics.
in these here modern nights.
This is all I've known. Give me.
I'm good at climbing.
What?
It's not Modern Nights.
Oh, shush you. All right, 22. Excellent. Yeah, and if you want to carry any one person, you can do that without too much issue.
There's no weight. They're in water, so it's fine. They can just hang on.
Okay. Every so often, you just sort of like bounce Granny like a beach ball, just like. Yeah, so you're able to climb out. I'm not even gonna make you give me another one because that one was really solid, and just making you do extra rolls is just like asking you to then need to do more rolls. In this particular case, it doesn't really lead anywhere. So yeah, so you can make your way on up and out, and as you crest the water, you're in a similar looking pool, looking into. You would expect it a warehouse, sort of like what you came from, but somewhere along the way, either your built-in altimeter is off or something, but your understanding of height is just weird because you're clearly in an underground cavern of some kind, not in a warehouse.
Would my engineer urban infrastructure help me at all? With
Oh,
figuring
fuck
out,
yes it would!
Figuring out how this happened.
Is that
I
a...
was going to try and figure out if we could get back through the wall, like Solandra was suggesting, if the cavern opened up.
Sure. Is that
If it
a
was a U-bend
quality you
situation.
have, or what is that?
It's a quality. It's a feature from my background, as an engineer. So I have urban infrastructure, which means I have a basic knowledge of the structure of buildings, including the stuff behind the walls.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, what does that do for you? Does it give you a plus to a roll, or?
No, it's just my knowledge of how buildings are put together is
Basically, if a question related to that feature,
Yeah.
you
Sure.
would know the answer.
Yeah, then you get okay. So go ahead and give me. I'm gonna say functionally. Give me an intelligence roll. Give me an investigation roll with advantage.
Okie dokie.
And with that being said, would my knowledge of underground
Oh.
help me in knowing what this is?
In a little bit it might, but not yet.
Hey, I'll take that 20.
Sure. Okay. So there wasn't the tube must not have gone up as tall as you thought. So what you're looking at as the sort of domed rock ceiling must be the floor of the warehouse that was next to.
Okay.
But as you're looking around and your eyes adjust properly, you realize that the air in here is like so thick that there's this sort of mist everywhere, and the ground is literally coated with more of these eggs. Hundreds of thousands of the damn things. This cavern is about the same size as that warehouse was, but much shorter. And it's round around the edges until across the way from you it terminates in a tunnel that heads down a darkened hallway.
We'll wait for everyone to surface. I'll come up a bit. I haven't climbed out. I'm just like holding on to the side and looking around.
I'm still
Not
flashing
happy about the
light
egg
on.
situation. I'm just gonna push Granny Mivix back under the water slightly, and just kind of like tap on the glass, turn my torch off, and hope that they get what I'm saying.
I'll turn my torch off when my mushroom's still glowing.
That's fine, and I will, bring the globe. I will bring them back up to the surface. Like, and I will wait for everyone to surface.
Okay, so as things are rolling along, so you all surface, you're all able to climb out. The whole floor is covered in these eggs, as well as the ceiling, the walls, just this entire little cavern. The pipes, by the way, continue up onto the ceiling and head through the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
When I
Just as
surface, when I surface, I'm gonna just instantly start taking off this suit, doing the whole stretch a little bit, so I can get ready to stealth. Because I have a feeling they're gonna want me to scout a little.
Just as a thing to ponder, Enfield is looking at the pipes, and being of Izzet background is wondering if there's anything noticeable that could make them explode, like deliberately, possibly. Is there anything we could do to make it explodey?
Most Izzet things can be made to explode.
Cool. Just checking. Just as a background.
Yes.
On the back burner thought.
There are a lot of ways that an Izzet thing can be made to explode.
Good. Okay.
Portia is messing around with her SEA garb, it looks like.
I got a new underdress made. Sorry. I was just getting hangers. See?
Oh.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Of course, God would be wearing white robes.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to be picking up a harp here soon. Okay, so
Mhm.
you have a hallway.
I would.
You have eggs. You have an increasingly rapidly humming and pulsating pipeline of pure magical energy leading down the hallway.
There are no release valves or discharge points that we can see at this juncture.
No, unfortunately not.
I'll look at Enfield after I get my suit off and be like, can you hold this up? I can go check out these pipes and see what's that way if you would like.
There's an almost offended beat, and then they just take the suit and throw it over a shoulder.
I'm going to take off my suit, and while I have everybody gathered around me this time, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace.
And Pass Without Trace makes it so that you don't...
You add 10 to your stealth.
Oh, okay, just straight up. All right.
And if I stay within 30 foot, so I can stay 30 foot ahead of them, I keep it.
Okay.
I will also take the...
and can't be tracked except by magical means. Okay, so you don't leave footprints either. Nor smell. Okay, all right, good. Good.
I will also take Granny Mivix's water bag and put it over my shoulder as well.
Okay. As you are headed down the tunnel, you see some fairly large claw marks, and you recognize them as being like big crab claw marks, just sort of raking down the sides of the tunnel. And you eventually come to a fork. You could go, you can continue straight, and the tunnel just seems to go until it hits a curve towards the left, or you could go right, and that's not very far away and ends in a wooden door on leather hinges. That is, I'm sorry, I'm like messing around with something down here. That is on leather hinges that is partially open, and there is a light that is flickering on the other side of the door.
Is that where the pipes lead, is to the right?
The pipes lead down and towards the left around the gentle curve.
I'll be like, let's stealth and follow the pipes. They seem urgent.
Why are the pipes urgent?
They're
They're
when I went
pipes.
down,
They're not going to
when
move.
No, but when I went down the first time by myself, they weren't giving off that much heat. And then just a few minutes later, they're causing a lot more heat, meaning they're building up pressure or something.
Also, if we don't find a discharge or release valve, they could explode and kill us all.
I like the first part.
Yeah.
I'm a little iffy on the second part.
That's
Yeah.
not a good part. We can make more explosions later. Controlled explosions are good. Uncontrolled explosions are really bad.
You had me ready.
Sometimes necessary.
As you guys are chatting, I would like for all of you to give me a perception. Actually, what is everyone's passive perception?
13.
13, 11,
14.
14.
Remember, 13.
Okay. Mivix, Enfield, and Cylindra. Dwyer, yours was 11, right? Okay. Mivix, Enfield, and Cylindra, all three of you, from behind the door nearest you, you hear splurp, 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 squish, squish, clack, 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 splurp, splurp, squish, squish, clack, 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 clack.
Sounds like my sister.
But it sounds... The noises are kind of small, but they are not... Like, you can hear it, and it's faint, but distinct.
Please don't tell me that's them hatching.
if they're starting to hatch, I can, and I just start looking at the pipes. Like, is now a good time? Maybe now's not a good time.
Oh, hey, thanks for the raid variant rolls. Woo! We appreciate you. We are currently playing D&D in Ravnica. Our group is investigating the aftermath of a sharktocrab. So please, come, stay a while. Okay, so, I apologize. You were trying to figure out what to do about the splorp, splorp, clack, clack, clack on the other side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
We're deciding, are they hatching?
But it was on the other side of the door, right?
Yes.
The eggs were behind us.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I got turned around then.
Mm. And the door is not where the pipes lead. The pipes lead down the other. Mm-hmm.
Accurate.
Yeah.
To infield and be like, is it, right? Judging,
I was.
can you give me a guess on how long we have these pipes before they blow?
Can I estimate?
Anyone who has Arcana could certainly give a reasonably educated guess.
Okay, there we go. 17.
Hey, somewhere between 5 and 500 minutes.
I repeat that exactly. Somewhere between 5 and 500 minutes.
Okay. And how far away is that door?
The one that you're hearing the noise behind is about 15 feet from you.
Okay, I'll look at them and be like, do you want me to just sneak over and check behind the door? And see if we can figure it out and see how urgent that is compared to the pipes?
Clack, clack, splorp, splorp. Clack, clack, splorp, splorp.
Yeah. You know, assess the situation, then decide on priorities. That seems fair. Do not go in, please.
All of you, including Dwyer now, can hear something that sounds a bit like a coconut cracking, followed by the noise of a milkshake that's come towards the bottom of the glass.
I'm going to start formulating plans on how to make pipes explode with running time, like now.
Okay.
Formulating.
And just to clarify, I do have Pass Without a Trace right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want... Thank the Lord.
Sure. Yeah. On a 4, you made a 21. Fuck you. Nothing sees you. Anyway, all right. So you sneak over.
And this is just me being paranoid.
Oh,
Oh,
shit!
okay.
We just lost. We just
We
lost.
lost QB.
I could change everything around, or not, or we could take a break. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Let's do
Zoom
break.
Yeah. Why don't we? Oh, okay. Cupid actually says laptop updated, but it just restarted, so should be in Zoom momentarily.
That was earlier.
That was earlier.
That was earlier.
In Twitch chat,
Just put
she just
in
said.
Twitch, my Zoom crashed.
Well, that shouldn't take too long.
I was like, if we take a 10-minute break, that'll also allow you to switch.
Fix it. Thank you, MK Hansen.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
We're sure you look good too.
I will choose not to freak out. We can still be heard. Because I don't want to take the break just yet because there's like a perfect point for it here. Screw it. It's 7:30. We'll do our break and we'll find out what's behind the door. Yeah, I know it happens all the time, but it's still annoying. All right, so we're going to take our quick break, and hopefully that will give QB enough time to fix things. So we shall return in just a little bit. Thanks for hanging out. We hope you're still here when we come back. Also, thank you very much, Boiled Soiled Stew Goo. Oh, and QB comes back. All right, fucking fantastic. Never mind, we're not taking a break yet. We're going to go find out what's behind this goddamn door. All right, okay, so you peel back the door, and you see a Vidalkin sitting in an office chair at a desk. They are sort of leaning over. Their arms are up on the desk, and Yes, exactly. Thank you, Hanson. So they're leaning over the desk, and you can see they've got these blue robes with green piping, and you can't really see them very well because it's a fairly high back chair. There is a candle-lit lantern in the corner of the room, and then there's a squat, like a low-level wooden cot with a straw stuffed mattress on it in the corner. Above the cot is a shelf with a few books on it. And yes, Enfield, that is correct. And what you are then seeing, as you're looking at this person, you then see like a tiny little tentacle, and then another tiny little tentacle pop up like over the back of the chair, and then you hear more of the noises.
Okay, do I see like another entrance or exit into this room?
No, you do not.
I'm going to close the door slowly so that way I don't make any noises.
Roll a D100.
$42. The meaning of life.
The universe and everything.
Yep. The door squeaks and creaks a little bit. It's not very well balanced, and it kind of makes a noise as it scrapes across the floor a little. Thank you very much, Tall Squall.
We're getting all the raids tonight.
We are appreciative of the raids. Woo! Welcome. We are investigating what is happening behind this crazy wooden door.
And behind door number 1, someone's getting
It's spooky things.
Yes.
Their brains are being eaten.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
I theorize that the Simic basically invented mind flayers.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So tiny little octopus. All right, so you close the door. As you close the door, you do hear a and 10 seconds after you close it, as you're I assume making your way back to the group, you do hear.
Actually, if I hear that, I'm going to just assume there's the door and then there's like a slight wall on either side of the door.
No,
like door jam.
Or is it just like straight door, like hallway?
It's just a straight door with these leather hinges that are attached into the door and into the wall. And so when the door is closed, it mostly, but not perfectly, seals the room.
All right, I'm going to pull my rapier, hold the dagger. I'm just going to sit there for a second, kind of giving like the crouch down. If something comes through this door that's hostile, I'm going to be like 5 foot away from it.
Okay.
That way I'm prepared.
Okay, so did you close the door all the way? I'm sorry? I think I missed that. Or did you wait until it squeaked and then you shit, and got ready?
Till it squeaked, got ready.
Okay. You all heard the door squeak, and then you see Solyndra, draw weapons.
I am going to try and
position.
take a couple of paces. I want to keep the party in eyesight, but I want to go a couple of paces down the other tunnel to see if I can see just in the distance if there are any release valves, discharge things, or anything that these pipes are going to. Or if it's just a hallway with a pipe.
It's just a hallway that leads down. You'd have to investigate down that direction to find anything particularly useful.
Not willing to run off and leave the squishies.
Okay. Last call for any other actions.
Still formulating plans for explosions.
Dwyer, what were you saying? Because I think you were muted.
Oh, I said shield up.
Shields up. All right.
I'll draw my scimitar and start moving towards the door.
Okay. I'm not going to ask for initiative here. It's a 4-on-1. You guys go before it. But what happens is the tiny squishy thingy slides around the corner and then starts attempting to attack Solyndra. What you see is a in mini little Sharkdo crab that comes running around and is like splorping its way at you, clacking madly.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna pull the light crossbow from one of my compartments and just be prepared to shoot the thing.
Okay. So we'll go Cylindra, Dwyer, Enfield, Mivix.
Yeah, I'll do since I have my rapier and dagger out, do the rapier. What are you? I'll say it's +5. 22 to hit it.
22 absolutely hits it. Yeah, you skewer the shit out of this thing. Give me some damage.
And I'm assuming not sneak attack.
No.
I just wanted to clarify. 8 damage.
Yeah, you just stab straight through it, and it's like stuck on the end of your rapier. But it's still like trying to pull at you, and it's like clacking its little claws at the sword, trying to pull itself off of it.
Okay, then bonus action dagger.
Okay.
Seven.
You miss.
It's like,
I
have it down.
It's too fucking wiggly, man. It's like.
Its best quality is its wiggle.
Dwyer, what do you do?
So it's. Oh goodness. Sorry. I swing at it with my warhammer.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Jesus. Yep, that'll smash it. And actually, you effectively make Sharkdo crab paste. As you just come right down on it, and it just splort right out under all sides around your hammer.
I'm going to look at them. You go,
Y'all know I can talk to animals, right?
It attacked me first.
You can?
I was not aware of that.
Why do you think I was going to interrogate the jar of bugs?
Wait, you were?
You say many things I don't understand. I just let it go.
That's fair, Enfield.
Now that this thing is dead, can I make a perception check to listen and see if there's more coming out from back there?
Yes.
Because I don't trust it. Because, where there's one, there's more likely more than one.
That's a safe belief.
I don't hear shit.
Can I glance?
You might have
back
gotten
and
lucky. This could be the only one.
Can I glance back and see if there's any change in the pipes? I'm just really aware we're next to a magical bomb.
The color has changed a little bit. The pipes are vibrating sort of a blue, but the temperature has calmed down.
Okay. Don't know whether that's good or bad, but I'll take it. Not melting is good for me. I'm okay with that.
We're getting closer to that 555 minutes now.
Oh no!
Dwyer, you're muted.
It was 500 minutes.
Yeah.
In between that range. It's 555.
500. That's 52,500.
Uh-huh.
No.
Granny Mivix is like saying this, and Cylinder's like, yes.
No.
Well, it's cooled down.
What are you guys doing? You're on one side of a door. There's stuff on the other side, and then
I saw Enfield take out their crossbow. I'm actually going to put my scimitar away because I finally remembered that I have one and take out my hand crossbow.
Good job.
I'll be like, okay, I'll try to push the door open with my dagger.
Okay. The door creaks a little bit, and now that the door is open, all of you can hear like this fleshy sounds of something eating something else.
Stop in the name of the law.
Excellent.
It's what he would say, but oh my god, I hate saying it.
I'm gonna look up at Enfield and kind of go dink dink.
I'll take care of this. And I'll rush forward and I'll say, stop, because I have a crossbow.
That does make more sense.
You hear more squishy eating noises. Just
Stop, because please.
Smorch.
Can I have some?
Can I stealth? Is it one of those chairs like you can swivel it around?
Yeah.
Because I want to stealth up to it, like kick it so it swivels around and just stab.
Sure. Okay.
Whatever's eating that person.
Sure.
Hey, we're cops, remember?
Stealth.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Stealth plus. Yeah, give me stealth and then an attack roll. Okay, well your stealth is fine.
Oh my
Do I have
goodness.
advantage for being that hidden?
Yes. Okay,
I'm
sure.
getting there.
All right, so you pull it around and kerstab, and you manage to just skewer another one of these little baby shark crabs that is all up inside the soft stomach and working its way into the rib cage of this very dead Vidalca.
Okay.
And
Do
a
I
warning
need even-
for anyone who's coming into the stream right now or is otherwise new to the game, sometimes I describe things.
I'm going to point my crossbow at the Sharkdo crab and go,
Stop in the... Oh, fuck it.
Do I even have to roll damage for this one?
No. It's dead. You skewer it into the thing, and it squirms and scrabbles, and then it just kind of like stops, and its little crab legs curl in.
Well,
How come nothing
Point
ever
one.
listens when we say stop?
We're looking for a bigger one. Point 2, the place might explode. Point 3, we need to kill those eggs.
I feel like
Point
And
four.
then Field will turn around and walk out the door again.
Point 4, there is a large scroll diagram, like written like on vellum, that is unfurled and weighted at the corners on the desk.
I'm going to undo the weights, curl it up, slide it in the back, going later. Evidence.
does the body have anything interesting on it? I'm going to pilfer the body.
The body is covered in all sorts of interesting things. It's covered in a number of little lesions and tumors. It's also covered in some clothes that have clearly been here a little. The clothes are not new. They're very well worn. The elbows are worn through. It looks like this Vidalcan was down here for a long time. And judging from the side of the room, like not living particularly well. You find a mixture of. Hang on. You find 2 gold and 6 silver in the coin
I hand
pouch.
that to Dwyer.
Okay. You also find. You find 2 potions of pest repellent.
Hand that to Dwyer.
Just didn't seem to work.
You will want to write those down. And then
I have written them down.
Okay. And then you also find Sorry, I'm just checking something. You find a Simic signet ring as well on their hand.
I put that in one of my pouches.
You said there was a crib, right?
A cot. A cot.
A cot. Okay. I was thinking crib. I was about to start searching for, like, if there's a small child, like...
No, there's a cot that they were...
Like a camp bed.
Yeah. Okay. My brain's fried from work. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, now is the time to take our quick break, and then we'll come back for our last hour. So thank you very much, those of you who have rated and stuck with us. Thank you very much, those of you who were here already on your own. Thank you to everyone, actually. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we shall return with the stunning conclusion of Dark Knights in District 10. All right, back in a moment.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Alrighty, so I think we are ready to continue. Thank you all for staying with us. We're going to finish off the rest of this week's session of Dark Knights in District 10. So you checked over the body of the dead Vidalkin with the Simic Signet. Yes, the party is back for the party, and welcome to the party. So what would you guys like to do as I sit here and eat a tortilla with salsa?
Moving back to the point at which the two tunnels converge, can I see any recent tracks of big croctopus things?
Nope. In fact, no recent ones. You can see plenty of claw marks along the walls, but no recent markings.
Okay, I'm gonna go to one of the pipes and start just like seeing how much time I would need to make it explode. Just some recon work on what I'd need to do.
I need you to repeat that.
I'm gonna go to one of the pipes and just try and figure out how much time I would need to make it explode. If it's going to be like I can just tap on it and it'll boom, or if I'm going to need to tinker with it.
There would have to be something else that would happen to it. With the tools that you have at your disposal at the moment, you're not even certain that you could crack through the piping itself.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
All right.
If I just do a quick, glance around the room, anything that would catch my attention?
No. Well, it depends. Are you literate?
Well, for the most part.
Okay. The books up in the corner all seem to be textbooks related to creature hybridization.
Okay. Well, just... About how many are there? I'm trying to think of...
3.
3 of them? I'll just take the 3 of them, put them in my bag, thinking, okay, I'll look into these later.
Okay.
Because I'm always looking for more knowledge.
Sure. You've basically cleared everything of value out of this room, unless you want to make some kind of deep scrubbing investigation checks.
It's more of if anything catches my eye right now. Otherwise, let's go deal with these pipes.
Okay. Is the rest of the group in on the same plan?
Yes, absolutely. I was more in line with Enfield's timeline of go to pipes immediately, do not in the room.
It was more of as I'm leaving the room, did anything catch my eye?
Okay. Yeah, no, not really. Aside from that, the stuff you already found. Okay, so you are back out in the hallway then, and you've got the other path to follow.
I'm going to start following down and looking for discharge points or anything that these pipes are actually doing rather than just piping magic.
I mean, you can't see anything. You're not a wizard. You don't have, sense magic or anything like that going on. So, I mean, as far as you can tell, just based on what you are and what your history is, you're already sort of seeing the best you can, which is to say that, now it looks like it's got a sort of a hazy orange glow. And it seems to have inverted its temperature so that now it's actually beginning to get cold, if not, near to freezing.
Mm-hmm.
As you are walking around the pathway, you begin to hear loud clacking, cranking, crunching noises of sort of metal on metal. And it gets louder and louder the further down the hallway you go. As you get to the turn, you can see that the path opens up into a much larger, sort of a double door, big iron affair with bolts and there's an undone bar on this side, and you would have to assume that there's probably a closed bar on the other side that like locks the two doors together. From the other side, you can see through the cracks. There's a bluish light that is escaping, and you can hear the sound of steam valves releasing and an excessive amount of like gear clacking and turning and cranking.
I will turn to everybody and suggest that we stealth as we get closer. So that way we don't alert if there is someone in there to attack.
I will do as I'm told.
Dwyer, Granny,
I'll do my best.
you'll what?
I'll do my best. I'm not much of a sneaker.
We still
got
have
plus
Pass
10.
Without the Trace.
How long does Pass Without Trace last for, actually?
I believe
hour.
it's an hour.
With concentration.
Yeah, up
Okay.
to an hour.
Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, so you still have Pass Without Trace. So, go ahead. So, what are you doing exactly? Like, so you're sneaking and what? Let's say you get up to the door just fine. I'm not even going to bother having you guys roll, because no one's going to notice you at that point.
Okay.
So, you're up to the door. What now?
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check for traps. See, there's a lot of magic pipes going in here, and I'm assuming they don't want just anybody walking in with the giant metal doors. So,
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
okay. That would be 11.
Doesn't seem to be any traps.
Okay. And then can we see like through the doors and see if it is actually bolted on the other side?
Yeah, it's definitely bolted.
Can we see what's in there? Just looking through the gap in the door?
It's not quite enough. You can see colors, but no real shapes.
How big is the gap?
Like, we're talking like millimeters. Like, it's enough to let in light, and enough to tell that the light has a tint, but not enough to actually see anything, really.
And the pipes we were following go into the door, or do they just terminate
So
in this room?
it seems like it goes... That's a good question. It seems like it goes sort of up into the ceiling over the door, and then probably continues past.
Okay.
And
Do
looking
you want me
for
to
an
try to
ins-
get the door?
We should most likely find out where these pipes are going and for what purpose. But I would also quite like to go back and see if I can bring that room down around those eggs.
Everybody...
No, that was out loud.
No,
That was
that's
out
fine.
loud.
Everybody except for Dwyer can hear a voice now yelling, "Hank! Grab the dipper switch! Be ready!"
We'll look at them and just give them the look of sorry, and just boof, boof, boof as hard as I can.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was
Police,
going to try and
open
just open the door.
I'm doing the stereotypical, like, as hard as I can, police knock of the do, do, do.
Excellent. Okay. So you actually say, "Police, open up"?
GDF, open up.
Excellent. Okay. You hear like a sudden silence in the voice. Some steam escapes from somewhere, and then you hear that same voice again say, "You'll never catch me, copper! You're too late!"
Oh my goodness, Zed.
What I'm going to do. I have.
Did they twirl their mustache while they said
You
it?
don't know. They're behind a door. But yes.
Okay. This,
Are they wearing a fedora? I guess we'll find out.
No, with,
I was
with
gonna say at
the-
this point, if they're not going to open up, I'm gonna try and pick the lock. See if I can.
I was just going to do.
I was just going to try and force the door, Aragorn.
Yeah, I was going to do primal savagery and just use the acid in my claws to tear through the door.
Someone do something to the door.
If they're going
I
to
just try and
brute
bust it
force,
down.
do it.
Just brute force it.
Wait,
Okay.
can we
It's
just
bigger.
take
I would let
Enfield
Enfield
and
go.
battering ram?
Give me a strength.
I agree. Try to break the door down.
Give me a strength check.
There's an 18.
Okay. You kick it. Good solid one. You bend it, but it doesn't fully go. You can see more into this though. What you're seeing is like from just the sliver that you've opened up, and also the bit now towards the top where it's bent inwards. You can see like this is a massive looking kind of a factory. There's steam coming out from all sorts of places. What looks like just raw electrical or magical energy arcing across from pole to pole, just completely unprotected by anything through the air. There's blue light bathing over everything with a sort of a hazy mist. And at the top of a steel gantry platform, you can see a figure in robes gesticulating wildly and shutting down, "Hank, I said pull the dipper switch!" And then you hear someone else go, "Yes, master, absolutely." And then
What color robes?
Hank, don't touch the dipper switch.
The robes are blue in color, but there is no piping. And then you hear a loud mechanical that you assume is something being dipped.
Can I see
Can I
Hank?
kick the door again?
Yes.
I was gonna say, can Dwyer? I was gonna be like, get this door open.
20.
Dwyer, give me a roll as well.
Just booting the door. It's bad to try and open doors with your shoulders.
Between the two of you, you're able to just brute force blow this thing apart. The bolt comes free of its housing and just ting, 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 flies across the stone floor. And you see now fully, as you all sort of pile into the room, there are two big vats. And in over one vat is a collection of sea creatures, a crab, a tiny little baby shark. Baby shark, do 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 do. And as well as an octopus. In another one, there is a cuttlefish and a sea urchin and a sea cucumber, like in their little cage. Someone's making horrible noises on their microphone, by the way.
It's probably me, sorry.
Okay. And the cages are being lowered into these big vats of just bubbling, burbling liquid. One is bright blue and the other one is bright orange. And you can also see, not necessarily actually, everyone give me a perception check. Just to see if you notice this or not.
Question for you real quick while we do this.
Yeah.
I got a 3. I noticed nothing.
13!
I got an 18.
Did I see the person that was pulling the dipper switch?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Okay, so Enfield, you're the only one who notices. The person in robes is vaguely translucent. Now, they're about 3 floors above you right now, so it's hard to see exactly why. But as they move their hands around and they're like directing things and shouting and raving, you can see that you can see vaguely through their hands and arms where they come out from the robes. It's a weird effect. So one floor above you, you can see a homunculus. He is about 3 feet tall. He has a gigantic single eye that takes up almost the entirety of the center of his face, with a little mouth underneath it about where his chest would be. And arms that sort of come out from his necklace head. And he is pulling and pushing and pulling levers. That's what you're looking at. What do you do?
The vats, are they like big metal vats, or is it the glass fronted, you can see inside these kinds?
A little of both. They're large metal vats with big glass rounded windows at each. Let's say that there's 4 of them at roughly cardinal points.
Mm-hmm. And the seafood medley is over 1 tank?
2 different seafood medleys, 1 over each tank.
Oh, okay.
Hank, unpull the dipper lever. Hush.
Can I get within 30 feet of Hank? And
he's a whole floor up. There are stairs. The gantry that he's on is also pretty clear, so if you could grapple up, you could do that. There are a number of different ways that you can get to him, but if you just move on the ground, you're not going to get within that amount of space.
Is there any way I could throw Solyndra up to grab the gantry?
Possibly. Something else I want to remind you, anyone who's trying to make them stop in an official capacity, right, will need to tell me, clearly, I would like them to stop, and I will say, stop in the name of the blah, 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 or, GDF freeze.
GDF.
Or something like that, right? And then you'll need to follow that up by saying, and then I make an intimidation roll. Okay? You have to make it clear that that's what your intent is. Dwyer? Huh?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so that's Dwyer's roll right now. Granny Mivix, what are you doing? I'm sorry, Solyndra. I will get right back to you. Yeah, Granny, what are you doing?
I'm actually going to try a deception roll on Hank.
Okay.
And I want to Esme him. I want to shout out, "That's the wrong lever!"
Why do we even have that lever?
Enfield, what are you doing?
I am going to stand next to Solyndra and kind of point up at the gantry and go, "Do you want to lift?"
I'll look at that. Look at Enfield. Look at the.
How far away is the gantry again?
How far up will I be?
So it's about 10 feet.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if I just stood on your shoulders, I most likely could reach it.
I'm only 6 foot tall.
I think I'm 5.
You could just barely start scrambling up. Yeah.
But fastball special.
But if you give me a boost, it'll be a lot easier. I'll be like, sure.
I will just grab Solyndra and just toss her up there.
Okay. Dwyer, who are you attempting to officially intimidate?
Hank.
Okay, so you're going for Hank. Granny's going for Hank. Solyndra is going for Hank. Poor Hank. Okay.
Well, it's more
I'm keeping an eye on the ghost, but yeah.
Okay. By the way, that is Hank the homunculus. I just want to make that clear.
Hank Wazowski.
Yes, okay. All right. So Mivix, I'll kind of go around in order. So Mivix, you tell him what you tell him, or tell it what you tell it. It ignores you. It ignores you. That was a perfectly fine roll. It's just ineffective in the situation. for reasons that I can explain to you later if you would particularly like to know.
Knows his levers.
Dwyer, you also, it just doesn't, he doesn't stop. He doesn't really pay you any attention at all. Slendra, you get up there, and that took your move action. You could bonus move and then get one attack, or what? What are you trying to do?
Okay. Did I see like...
Oh, yeah,
what he was
yeah. Hank is like moving a lever and then moving another lever, and then like there's a third lever. There are 4 levers in all.
Zed,
Yeah.
if I say that tossing Solyndra is my action, can she have her movement? Because I'm the one punting her up there.
It still takes time to travel from point A to point B.
That's fine. That doesn't change what I'm planning on doing.
No, I was just asking.
Yeah, I understand the request, and there are some scenarios in which that, but not so much here. But so there are 4 levers in all, and you'd really have to sit there and look at it a while to understand, like, okay, so when this lever does this, then that thing does that. All you know is that there are lights and sounds and shapes happening, and both cages are slowly heading down.
So, that's fine. I don't really care if I fully understand it. I'm within 30 foot of him, right?
Yes.
If there's like a railing, I'll use my bonus action if need be, just to climb to the other side of the railing so I can use my hands.
I assumed you already did that.
Okay. I was just clarifying so that way. So what I'm wanting to do, is there somewhere I can kind of like duck down and hide a little bit from him? Okay. It's perfectly fine. I'm going to cast Mage Hand Invisible.
Uh-huh.
And if he pulls this lever and then lets go, I want the Mage Hand to unpull it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Hank is not that bright. So as Hank like switches from lever to lever, then the Mage Hand pulls one of them up. And when that happens, you hear like a loud whir, a grinding of gears, a ding, 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 ding of an alarm going off. And the person who's up 2 floors above will say, Hank, wrong lever! Pull the other one! So hard to find good help these days. And you are far too late! Taste my wrath! As a fireball will now come down towards you guys, and everyone needs to make a dex save.
Me? I'm with Hank?
Yeah, well, because you're on the upper side of the sphere.
Okay, I just want to double check, make sure I was doing it correctly.
So it's a fireball, not a firebolt.
A fireball.
I'm rolling so good today. I don't know why. My last game I was rolling terribly. This is great.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. I'm gonna roll some dice. I don't know why that was the song, but it was. So you'll all have to deal with it. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Piece of candy. Okay. 8. So 23. Okay, so let's see here. So Solyndra, you save, you're fine. Rain, Mivix, Enfield, the both of you will take 11 points of fire damage. And Dwyer, I'm afraid you're going to take all 23. Are you dead? Or unconscious? I need to know these things. Okay. All right.
Don't be dead.
Okay. So that's his action. You all now need to roll initiative.
Oh, that shit hurted.
Ooh. $18.
Okay. So let me see here. So it's going to go Okay, so Cylinder, yours is the weird one. Okay, I see. Okay, so it's gonna go Cylindra, and then Dwyer, and then thing. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, and then Mivix, Enfield, and then Hank. Okay. Alrighty. So Cylindra, what are you doing?
Okay. Is Hank still pulling levers?
Yeah, he hasn't been given instructions otherwise.
Okay, then I'll use my action to use my mage hand to unpull levers.
Okay. All right. Lots of steam is now escaping wildly from a number of different places, and you even note that a few smaller pipes leading directly to the vats are beginning to make that metal pink noise as like they're like expanding.
Alright, sorry, for my son decided to like full on tackle my door. All I hear is this thud and then crying.
Great.
Yeah. So that's my action. I'm going to just try to now. Is there stairs leading up to like the third floor now? From where I'm at?
To the second and then the third, yeah.
Well, yeah. I gotta stay within 30 foot for that to work.
I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about Pass Without Trace for you.
No, the mage hand has to be within
the mage fan. Yes, it does.
So that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna just.
So to give you an idea, the way the stairs work, the stairs are about 60 feet, and it's you climbed up. So the stairs would have been like the stairs up to this floor would have been about 60 feet away from you on the ground level. So the stairs up to the second floor are right where you are.
Okay.
But then to get from 2 to 3, you have to go to the other end of the gantryway. So it goes up like this. Does that make sense?
Okay, I'm going to, yeah. I'll let them worry about him. These things stop Hank from creating more creatures. So I'm going to get up to the contraption that Hank's pulling all these levers from.
Okay.
And I don't have much bonus action I can do at this level.
I mean, you could like pull lever. You could do you get one bonus action that you could do a thing in. Technically, it's like a roguey action, but I'm fine. Like, just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you if it'll work.
It's more of now I'm trying to, for my bonus action, try to figure out what the levers do. Just like not like a specific, this lever exactly pulls down that. It's more of, is he doing him in a very specific order, or is he just one, then this one, then maybe this one? Okay. If this happens, then this.
Now that you are closer to the levers, Now that you are closer to the levers, give me an intelligence check. Or actually, hang on. Yeah, give me an intelligence check, unless you have Arcana.
I do not have. It's the same thing for me.
Okay.
D22, D20. Intelligence 1. 18.
Okay. So the outer two levers have a like a color indicator. Red at the top, blue at the bottom, the shades mixing as it goes. Okay? The two inner levers have simple arrows, up and down.
Okay. So, outer levels. Alright, then that's all I can really do then.
Yep.
I'm assuming for this one.
Yeah. Dwyer, what do you do?
I would like to move, I guess closer. I'm going to try to take the stairs up,
Okay.
but I'm going to spend my turn to heal myself.
Okay, so you move, and then how are you healing yourself?
Cure wounds. Sorry, I'm trying to click it, but it's not clicking.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead, do that. So you're running now. What's your movement speed?
My movement speed is 30 feet.
Okay, so it's going to take you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 turns to get to this guy, assuming that you only move 30 feet around. Now you can like double move and all that shit. So I need you to tell me exactly how you're metering that out.
Okay. Wait, so that's to get to Hank? It would take that many?
No, that's to get to the big guy. Hank would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow, that's still a lot.
Because
I want to climb up where Cylinder
it's
climbs.
60 feet to the stairs, then a move up the stairs, then 60 feet to the next, etc.
Yes, that all makes sense. Then I'd like to climb up where Cylinder is climbing, or went up.
Okay, so you're going to climb up Enfield?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Give me a climb check.
Can I help her?
Nope.
Is that
No.
like acrobatics?
Huh? Yes,
Athletics?
Athletics. I'm sorry. Yep.
I'm holding very still though.
21.
21. Yeah, you go, don't move.
I
And,
don't help, but I stand still.
and you're up.
Perfect. Alright, and then like I put my own shoulder and heal myself.
Sure. That's going to be your move. You're not going to be able to get to Hank this turn, but you are like on the Grand Tree within about 10 feet.
Perfect.
Okay, next up is someone who I will simply label as OM, who says, Hank, stop them! I'll take it from here! And then he pushes a button on his, like he's got this metal panel, and he slams a button, and it opens the two cages from the bottom. They just release, and the little critters just plorp into the vats. That's OM's move. Mivix.
I'm going to look up at Enfield and go, "Ooh, do me next, and point up at the big bad, and I'm going to turn into a giant wolf spider.
Oh God. If you turn into a giant wolf spider, you probably have a climb speed now.
Yes.
Then just climb.
I figure if Enfield throws me, well, no, that wouldn't work. Okay, yeah, I'll just climb.
Yeah.
I can climb 40 feet.
Okay. So you climb up Enfield onto the gantry, past Dwyer, and you are like face to face with Hank. Now casting the spell and then moving, that's your turn. Unless you've got a bonus action of some kind.
Do I have a bonus action? I don't think I have a bonus action.
Yeah, because I'm assuming you didn't wild shape into the...
No, I wild shaped into the wolf spider.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of Moon Druids.
Yeah. Moon Druids get it as a bonus. Cure wounds. Is that bonus or is that main?
No, that's me.
That's me.
Okay.
Healing word is bonus. But you also already cast a spell.
No, wild shape isn't a spell.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's
an
It's an
druid
ability. Got it. Nice. Okay. Then if you have healing word, you could cast that, and it's ranged.
I don't have healing word,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I didn't think you could cast while in wild shape.
Oh, that's true. You can't.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you can maintain concentration, but you can't cast with. You have
Okay.
to be much higher level.
Well, then, sorry. Okay, so next up, Enfield.
Right, everyone is now off the floor. So Enfield's
Except
going
for
to go
you,
over
yeah.
to Yeah, apart from me, Enfield's going to go over to the nearest bath. How close is one of those windows? Like the glass?
There's one right in front of you. I mean, so you take your move action and you're looking right at it.
Okay, Enfield's going to smash the glass to try and empty the vat.
Ooh. Are you just using your fist or something else?
I'm using my war pick.
Nice. All right, give me an attack roll then. Excellent. Yeah, you hit
Pointy end as well.
and I'm actually going to say that I want you to roll damage a second time.
Okay. I'll have to do it.
This is the blue tank, by the way. The orange one is a little further away.
Yeah. So there we go.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Yeah, you just smash the glass. Initially, it punctures, and it takes a second. It spiderwebs out, and then it just whoosh. And actually, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Yeah.
Are we about to have a supercharged infield?
No, you're able to keep your footing. Cool. But the stuff that is coming out is not. It's not water. This is a gel. But it's coming out with quite a bit of force, and is just spreading everywhere rapidly. Just gallons upon gallons of the stuff.
Is it? It's a blue gel. Is it anything I would have seen before, or we've seen before? Anything?
You have seen or heard of, like, electrogel is a thing that you've heard of.
Cool.
But this is weird.
Just
it's
checking
weird.
that it's not corrosive or anything. I don't have to watch where I'm stepping.
You have no idea.
Okay.
And no
Cool.
good way to know right now.
Right.
Okay, so that is Enfield. Hank. Hank, who a moment ago was simply turning levers and doing a perfectly fine job, turns around now and is face to face with a gigantic spider. Hank, however, knowing no fear, will attempt to punch the spider in the face. Because that is... I mean, Hank was told to deal with them. So Hank turns and he just goes, ah! Bunk! And will attempt to knock a fang or something. What is your armor class, Mivix, while in spider form?
The spider's armor class is 13.
Okay. Hey, shit, Hank hits you. Okay. Hank is going to do some damage. Not a ton, but some. Are you immune to acids while in spider form?
Marker, line sight, dark vision, passive.
Okay. You're going to take 2 physical damage and 6 acid damage as Hank punches you. And as he punches you, you note that he has tiny little, like, metal spikes poking out of his knuckles, and they seem to be coated with something that is really unpleasant. So yeah, he just gets one good solid smack, and he's going to go for a second hit. Jesus Christ, he rolled a nat 20.
Reaction. Hold on. There's a reaction I can do.
Oh yeah, please do.
I mean, it's still going to hit me, so I'm still going to get hurt, but...
Okay.
A creature you can see moves into a space within 10 feet of you. Turn there. You can use your reaction. Okay, so it's moves within 10 feet or starts his turn there. It's not a reaction to taking damage.
Okay. He is going to do another 2 physical and 7 acid to you.
Ouch. Well, I'm no longer a spider.
So little 3-foot Hank just goes, ah! Punk! Punk! Ah!
So it was 7 is the additional acid.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 7. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not doing great.
And that is Hank's go. Solyndra, what you doing?
You're muted.
Thank you. I don't need to know the levers anymore, so am I within
You are
5 foot
technically
of Hank?
you are you are right behind Hank,
Okay, then I will.
and Hank is in melee with a party member.
Yep. Dagger, rapier, and one stab.
Okay, give me your first stab.
Uh, da, da, da. 24.
Hits. Give me damage.
I'll make sure. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. 17
Jesus. Okay.
for the first one.
Sure. And then give me the dagger.
$13.
Hits.
Okay. Four damage.
How do you want to do this?
I just want to see Hank like punch and be like, crap, stab, pull that out, and just take the dagger and just try to shove him up and over. See if we can take him over the edge.
Okay.
That way he doesn't cause any movement to restrictions to us.
Yeah, you stab the shit out of him and toss him over. Railing death, yay! And toss him over the side, and he splats as he hits the ground. His eye bursts and goo.
It
Crap, I
is
wanted that.
Ravnica.
Dwyer,
Okay.
what? So that was Slender's go. Slender, you still have a
movement?
move. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take my movement and try to start making my way up to OM.
And you could take bonus move as well if you wanted.
The dagger's my bonus action.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you're. How are you getting there then? Are you going to try to like jump and climb directly up, or are you going to like go the sort of slow but steady way?
I'll try to climb if possible.
Yeah, give me a climb. It's going to be a higher DC.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics to get there. I'll allow it.
Okay. I was gonna say, if we're doing athletics, I'm screwed. Acrobatics plus 3. 11.
Nah, I can't quite make it.
Fair enough. So am I like holding out like one
Yeah, you're like
hand?
standing on the railing. You like hop, and you're like, oh shit, no, wait, no, hang on, I got to reset.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's Cylindra Dwyer.
All right, I have my plan, and I have all my buttons open. Okay, so first, I'm going to use my Radiant Soul, which means that I can use my action to unleash the divine energy within myself. Basically, I now have wings, and I have a flying speed.
Yeah! Go Asimar.
And yes, so I want to use my action to cast that, and then I'm going to try to fly up to the
Yeah.
other dude.
What's your fly speed? Same as your walking speed, right?
It is, yes, 30 feet.
Okay, so you go up one whole floor.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Or no.
That's all I got.
No. No. You're up to the third floor. It's 10 feet per floor. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
right up. Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Kick his ass.
Dwyer just heads straight up there. And OM's turn. Realizing that the jig might be up, he runs to the end of the gantry, furthest away from where Dwyer's coming at him. He is standing over the orange vat, and he strips his robes off, and you can all see that he is made of gel, ooze, something. And he says, "Not today, Johnny Law!" And then he oozes through the floor and dribbles down into the vat. That is the Ooze Mage's turn. Mivix.
Well, shit. I'll use my action to tap my...
Yes, he does. He leaves behind a little fake handlebar mustache.
I'll wake up my spores, and he went down into the vat.
Yep, just poured himself right into it.
Okay, this is the part that's gonna hurt. Okay, so I get 12 temporary for activating my spores. I'm going to jump off the side into the vat.
Okay, now the vat that you are next to is the blue one that is currently emptying out. The orange one is further away from you. It's on the far side from you.
Oh, okay. Then I'll run towards that vat.
Okay, so you run towards that vat on the gantry-way. From where you are standing, because you're at the very furthest end on this side, it's going to be 60 feet. You can make it if you take both actions.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus to get there.
Okay. Do you do anything else?
No,
I would let you take both and then like a running leap over the side if you wanted, for example.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to take a running leap off the side.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Do a Mivix dive.
Give me an athletics check or acrobatics just to see something.
Let's do acrobatics.
You belly flop.
God damn.
You belly flop. You like leap over the thing and then you're just like, whoa, smack.
I like to think there's like a slow-mo Mivix trying to swan dive, but the hat's in the way.
Yeah, it's like.
Enfield.
Can I get over to the orange goo vat with my movement, or do I have to dash?
Totally can.
Okay, then I'm going to go over to the orange goo, and I'm going to empty that one as well with my war pick.
Give me an attack roll. Oh, shit. No, you will have to dash. Sorry, the floor has become difficult terrain. Unless you're
okay, in which case I will dash and then use action surge, so I have
excellent. Okay,
empty
that works.
it with my war pick.
Yep.
Oh!
It just kind of like pinks right off the side, like you can see where you made the dent. You can put your finger in it, like you can move it, but it doesn't go through.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay here until I can do that again.
Okay. I'm sorry. And Hank is dead. So, Selendra, it's your turn. You're muted?
Second floor.
Uh-huh.
So, if I want to get...
Okay. Well, you're on the first floor right now, because you didn't successfully make it to the second floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking like first floor, second floor, third.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
I was thinking base floor was first.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm doing like ground 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I get that now. Can I... Okay, I'm going to see that. Can I just do grab the railing under me and just swing my way down to ground floor?
Yeah, you're going to need to give me an acrobatics check to not end up in the blue vat.
That's fine. Acrobatics. 8.
You end up in the blue vat.
We are very graceful today.
I told you my rolls would catch up with me.
It's okay. So yeah, you like try to do this sweet thing to you kind of like, and then floop. You don't take any damage. You're caught gently as the blue goo sort of seeps up around you and encases you like a warm hug. In fact, it's very warm. In fact, it's very, very warm.
Okay. Was that my...
Also, your skin is tingling. That was your move action, we'll say.
Okay. Bonus action, dash, try to get out of here. And use action to pull myself up if need be.
So, sure. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Just use everything to get out of here and reposition myself.
So you have two options for how to get out. One, hold your breath and go through the hole. That would require you to dunk yourself fully into the gel. Two, you could attempt an athletics check at disadvantage, but you could still do it.
Option 1.
To try to slurp your way out the side.
I'll take my chances with the HP.
Excellent.
Because I have a -1 to athletics, so I am most likely going to fail that and just end up taking HP damage anyways.
For what it's worth, your HP is not at all at stake here. So yeah, you dunk yourself and you splurp your way through. It's actually kind of pleasant, almost cathartic. On your way through, by the way, you do pass like the little sea creatures. The octopus is like tightened himself like in a little coil in the corner,
trying to blend in.
Yeah, one of the crab is just kind of like clicking, clacking there's a grate in the center at the bottom that seems to be closed at the moment, and it is like clacking at the grate, and then the tiny little like baby shark is swimming like in a little circle. But it's not really handling the goo very well. It's really struggling. But yeah, you splurp your way on through. And what I'm going to need you to do, actually, you don't need to do this at all. I get to do this. Ha 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 ha.
It's nice knowing you guys. This is how my race changed to Simic Hybrid.
Okay. So, do you want to know what happens to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Give it to me.
You now have 12 total toes, 6 on each foot.
12 toes, okay. I can deal with that.
You have a half a tail. It's like a little nubbin. Well, it's a little bit bigger than a nubbin. But you have like a short monkey tail. So like not very long, but it's there. And you also your hair is now until further notice anyway is bright blue.
I'm waiting to see the downside of this.
There isn't one necessarily. It's all in how you take it. Random mutations for the win. Okay.
I just dived into a vat that was still full.
Yes. So there are differences between the two vats, both in the chemical mixture and also in the settings on the levers. The lever settings matter. And people messing with them made things happen. Okay, so
I may have saved you or killed you. I am sorry.
Meh.
So am I out, like, standing out there?
You are lying on the ground. You can breathe, but you are, like, kind of like this, just sort of sprawled at the moment, because it takes a moment to get through.
Do I do that whole, like, wait a second, and then let out a cry of, okay, I'm out?
I mean, I don't even know that it's all that. It's just like you... It can be if you want it to be, but basically you just sort of are birthed and then...
That's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
The whole quiet and then the...
Okay. Dwyer.
All right. I guess I am going to fly down.
Okay.
I want to try to get to ground level.
Sure. So you fly your way down. You're at ground level. I mean, are you trying to land on like the edge of the thing, or are you trying to land down by Enfield, or what are you trying to do?
Near the orange vat.
Okay, so you're near Ed. That's fine. You do that. You can be pretty much wherever you want to be.
Okay, and then I also want to try to hit it.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
17.
You hit.
Okay.
Give me 2 damage rolls, so 7 plus whatever. Excellent. Smash! Chink! Poof! Floosh! Granny Mivix, give me a dexterity save.
Please be okay.
Granny Mivix, you are suddenly pulled right out the side. As the thing just smashes open and starts splurping everything out, and you come first, basically.
As I come out, I'm basically just spread eagle going, Tora, Lora, Lora.
Fine. Okay. So that's Dwyer's go. Mivix, you're now on the outside of the vat, covered in goop. This vat, by the way, draining much faster than the blue one.
Can I tell if Oozemage is with me or near me?
How would you do that?
Well, if I have to take an action to do it, I can cast Detect Magic.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Where's my... Oh, there's my spells. Do.
Okay. So, every single pipe is emanating magic. The blue one is emanating very strong magic. The orange one is emanating much weaker magic, although there is more magic towards the center of the pool than there is around the edges where you are.
Well, Mivix has a target. Mivix is going to go back in towards the center of the pool.
So it's going to be very hard for you to work against the force of the stuff coming out. You can see it from where you are, but you can't really swim to it from where you are. You could try climbing to the top of the vat and then diving back in and hopefully avoiding the flow.
Yeah, I'll do that, but I'm keeping an eye on that center to feel if it moves.
Okay. So there's a little ladder that you can climb up.
Myself the entire time.
Yeah, God damn it. Okay.
We just got out of there.
Huh?
We just got you out of there.
So you're on top of it and you're looking directly down into it. So that's your move, we'll say, and you cast Detect Magic. Okay. So next up is Enfield. Oh shit! Did I skip over the Oozemage? I did. The Oozemage takes an action that none of you can see.
Okay, was his turn before mine?
Technically it was, but we'll say he got discombobulated and is going now.
Okay.
So, Granny, you can tell some of the magic in the center of the pool is leaving.
Okay. And was I in that vicinity during his turn?
For what purpose are you asking?
To use my reaction, to use my symbiotic entity.
What does that do?
Well, it's the spores do 1d4 damage as a reaction to targets that start their turn within 10 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can, with my symbiotic entity, I can double that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I'm fine with you having done that.
Okay. So
it was close enough. No, wait, no. Does that take an action for you to do?
No, because I already woke up my symbiotic entity
Earlier, right? Okay. Sure.
6 necrotic damage.
Nice. Okay, sure. So some of the magic that you were detecting seems to have been hurt by something you did, and it is now leaving.
In that case, when I'm climbing up the ladder, I'm cackling.
Okay. That's fun. So Enfield, it's your turn.
I don't see any hostiles anymore. The vats have been emptied. I'm looking around for those pipes and seeing if they've changed at all.
You're trying to see what?
The pipes that we were following. I'm looking around to see if they've changed at all. If we're 5 to 500 minutes.
You'd say that we're definitely on the we're definitely past the 250 mark in terms of likelihood of potential disaster.
Okay, I'm just filing that away. But
That has a doomsday clock in his head.
yeah, but there's nothing else I can do at the moment. No, I'm just gonna. Can I climb? Can I try and see inside the vat? Can I climb to the top of it? How tall is the vat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have to like slightly gently move Granny aside, but yeah.
I'll just climb round her. She's small.
Okay.
They're small. Just kind of, just to look in the vat and see if there's anything in there that needs smashing.
Yeah, you really can't see anything. I mean, like, you can see the little critters, but they're just sort of sitting there like, "Meh, meh, meh," and not doing much else. Okay. And then it would be Hank's turn, but Hank is dead. Solyndra?
Okay. Is there any way for me to actually get up on top of it?
Not so much. Actually, do you guys mind if I just sort of do this a little bit cinematically from here, just given the time that we have and the likelihood of actions? So, raise your hand if you're trying to stop whatever this thing is trying to do. Okay. Okay. So, very quickly, I want each of you to describe to me roughly what you're going to attempt to do to stop it from doing its business. Solyndra, what are you trying to do?
What I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to get up top so I can get opposite of where it's flowing out.
Uh-huh.
Dive in and see if I can grab it and take it out of the ooze.
Understood. Thank you. Granny, what are you trying to do?
I'm going to jump in so that my spores are within range, and then I was going to cast Chill Touch.
Ooh. Okay. Enfield, what are you going to do?
I'm just going to provide the help action to anyone who needs it.
Okay.
All of my stuff is smashy and won't help her.
And Dwyer, what are you trying to do?
I was going to cast command and tell it to help.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it's very lucky then. Well, no. Dwyer, you're going to cast command and then tell it to halt?
Yes.
Do that. Let's see if that works. Because these other actions are either happening too late or they're not going to be effective in the way that you want them to be. Okay, what is your one word?
Halt.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
13.
13. Okay. Here's what happens. Solyndra, you get over it and you dive in and you're thrashing around in the goo, but you just can't seem to get a hold on anything. Dwyer, you shout halt, and you know that you cast the thing, but it seems like maybe it was able to resist. Granny, you freeze, but you know that you're casting it after you've seen whatever this thing is dissipate through the grate in the center of the pool. And then Enfield, you're there, and you're but there's just nothing really for you to do. The thing has gotten away. It made its way through the grate in the center of the pool, and is Lord only knows where. We will stop here. We will pick up in this spot next week. Because you do still have the matter of the pulsating pipes to deal with. But the ooze...
And the eggs. Don't forget the eggs.
And the eggs. But the ooze mage will live to annoy you another day.
Make ooze angels in protest.
Yes. Okay, so... Thank you very much. That was the game. Yay! We got to go pretty quickly through our usual thank yous and goodbyes. So I'd like to very quickly whip around, starting with, let's see, we'll start with Mivix, then Solyndra, Dwyer, Enfield, me. Mivix, if you could please tell us who are you, where you can be found, and what was your favorite thing of today's game, and do it fast.
I'm Rain Hayes. You can find me here every Friday playing Mass, supposedly every Sunday playing Legend of Five Rings, and every Monday playing this. You can also find me at Dungeon Masters Guild, where I create products, and you can find me at Twitter at Rango, surrounded by X's. As far as my favorite thing today, I think Mivix really went into her own kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, Mivix did a lot of cool shit today. I was really happy with it.
I like any opportunity to lick the science.
Nice. Okay, Solyndra.
My name is Nav. You can find me on Discord as Navuti. I'm pretty active in the Welcome to the Party stuff. And my favorite thing tonight was one-shotting Hank.
Poor Hank. Hank lived a very pained existence.
And then sending him over the edge.
Yes. Thank you very much. Dwyer.
I'm Dwyer, aka Cubit, aka Queeby. You can find me on at Queeby on Twitter. That's primarily where I exist. My favorite part was very similarly the spider just suddenly appearing, 2 punches, no longer a spider, and then Ravnica Sparta kicked off the railing. Like that whole little sequence, I think, was very nice.
Nice. Enfield.
Hi, I'm Shakes, also known as Shakespeare. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Shakespeare. All the information about my other games is all on my Twitter feed. I also knit things. And my favorite bit, it's a toss-up between Granny Mivix's everything, especially in the scuba suit, and just everyone using Enfield as a propulsion mechanism. Just like climb me, be thrown by me. I'm a ladder. What do I care? I just love it. I'm here for being utilitarian.
Thank you very much. My name is Zed, ZedX on Twitter, ZEDECXZ. I run this game every Monday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am also on our Saturday Mouse Guard game from 3:45 to 6:45. And Sundays, Shadowrun over on Devil's Luck Gaming. And that one starts at 8 p.m., I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it does.
Hey, see? Everyone else knows now. Normally we would go raid somebody, but we are not because we actually have another game coming up after this. It is Side Quests, which is our weekly one-shots. This week is called Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. So that should be a lot of fun. So please, we do hope that you will stick around. Thank you, Groot. We do hope that you will stick around for Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. And I would also like to say one more thank you very much to our sponsors, Roll20, So Nerdware, Tabletop Loot, and RueInc.com. You guys are all amazing, and thank you very much. And also a big shout out and thank you to everybody who rated us, who followed us, who showed up for the first time, and especially for those of you who commented in the chats. Y'all are awesome, and we appreciate the hell out of it. So thank you very much, and please, we hope that you will catch us next week as we continue to explore the Dark Nights in District 10. Ooh. Alrighty.
I am Groot!
Oh my god. I knew it was coming. I